It's Week 5 of the National Football League. Coming up, we've got Jimmy Garoppolo. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Bears, next on Madden NFL 23.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though. They trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Here we go, here we go.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 15 carries, 52 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
That's about as exciting in a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson. After the interception, here's Watson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, Can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now it's Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears use the only turnover to get on the board first here in this one. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, is going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he will have a Vikings first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Garoppolo. This one brought in by Jefferson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and they end up making the play.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Garoppolo. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
All right, you and I both know that was a lucky play, but again, I give him credit. Going up on the tip and catching that one.
Stayed with it, made his own luck, didn't he?
And he used his size there. Had a defensive back mentality to go up and get the ball on the tip, but used his size. I mean, tight ends, going up and getting it, sometimes they can knock people out of the way and finish the play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver's taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Automatic first down.
Here we go, here we go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And complete, right side to Cook. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So it'll be a loss on the play of 12 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On second and very short, Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Watson now to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Watson looks to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Finding not. And he caught it up. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Touchdown! Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, we'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Devin Duvernay, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start on the ground here on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And now they're in the hurry-up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And quickly, they get to the line. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown Bears. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Cook following the penalty. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Here we go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Garoppolo now. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. He's going to be out of bounds. It's going to end up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Well, the next-gen stats going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. From the 17, Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They'll run with Cook. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Garoppolo. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 28-10. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Right back to him on 1st down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there.
With his 4th
4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's complete to Smith-Marset. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Garoppolo on 1st down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. One final try now for Garoppolo. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.